It's true. Dale Hayes has finally confirmed what we all suspected. The legendary South African golfer who dominated European golf in the 1970s admits his career was cut short by forces beyond his control. After decades of speculation, Hayes now openly discusses how both apartheid and modern golf's transformation drove him away from the game he loved. But why would a player who won the European Order of Merit leave professional golf in his late 20s? Hayes' story reveals two powerful forces that changed everything for one of golf's most promising talents. Dale Hayes wasn't just another good golfer. He was exceptional from the start. Born in Pretoria, South Africa, Hayes dominated amateur golf like few players ever have. In 1969 and 1970, he won consecutive South African amateur stroke play championships. That same period saw him capture the German Amateur in 1969 and the Scottish Open Amateur Stroke Play in 1970. His amateur success peaked when he represented South Africa in the prestigious Eisenhower Trophy in 1970. When Hayes turned professional in 1970, he carried that winning momentum forward. His first tour victory came on his 19th birthday in December 1971 at the Bert Hagerman Invitational. This wasn't beginner's luck, it was the start of something special. By 1975, Hayes reached the pinnacle of European golf. He captured his second European Tour title at the Swiss Open, narrowly defeating the legendary Roberto Di Vincenzo. That season, Hayes won the prestigious Harry Vardon Trophy as the European Tour Order of Merit winner. He accumulated 17,187 points and topped the prize money list with over £20,000. He also recorded the season's lowest stroke average on the European Tour. Hayes continued his European dominance with victories at the 1978 Italian Open, the 1978 French Open, where he defeated Seba Ballesteros by an incredible 11 shots, and the 1979 Spanish Open. On his home Sunshine Tour, he won more than a dozen titles. He even competed on the PGA Tour in 1976 and 1977, finishing tied for second at the 1977 Florida Citrus Open. Throughout his career, Hayes amassed 21 professional wins. His talent was undeniable. His future seemed limitless. Yet by his late 20s, his international playing career was essentially over. The first force that changed everything was South Africa's apartheid regime. While Hayes never directly supported the racist system, he couldn't escape its shadow. The international community responded to apartheid with widespread sporting boycotts. South Africa was banned from the Olympics from 1964 to 1991. Other sports, including athletics, boxing, cricket, and tennis, also saw South African teams suspended or expelled from international competitions. Professional golf presented a unique case. Unlike team sports, South African golfers continued to play around the world, including PGA Tour, European Tour, and major championships. Outside golfers also competed freely in South African Tour events. The sport's individual nature and commercial drivers made complete boycotts harder to enforce. But Hayes still faced direct disruptions. In November 1979, Hayes and Hugh Baiocchi were expelled from the World Cup International Team Golf Championship in Athens. The Greek government acted following a request from the United Nations Special Committee Against Apartheid. This concrete example shows how politics directly impacted Hayes' career. The broader impact was more subtle but equally damaging. The United Nations began compiling a register of sports contacts with South Africa in 1980. Athletes could have their names removed only by formally promising never to return to compete in apartheid South Africa. The psychological toll of constant political association, travel uncertainties, and representing a pariah state created enormous pressure. Gary Player, another prominent South African golfer, faced anti-apartheid protests and death threats while traveling abroad. These experiences show the intense scrutiny and personal risk involved for South African athletes on the world stage. Even white South African athletes face significant barriers to career longevity and fulfillment. Hayes confirms that this persistent political pressure, combined with the uncertainty of international participation, made a sustained high-level career less desirable. While he could still compete in many individual events, the constant stress and moral weight of his national identity influenced his career decisions. The second force that drove Hayes away was professional golf's transformation. Hayes is brutally honest about his feelings toward modern golf. He states, "I'm so glad that I played when I played because it was so much more fun." This isn't just nostalgia. Hayes points to specific changes that destroyed what he loved about the game. In Hayes' era, golf featured tremendous characters like Jack Newton, Bob Shearer, Stuart Ginn, Simon Hobday, Tertius Claessens, and John Jacobs. These personalities could be normal, meaning they expressed individuality, eccentricity, and spontaneous behavior. Hayes notes that if some of the things these characters did happen today, they would be off the tour. The key difference was media presence. When Hayes turned professional in 1971, there was no television coverage until around 1975. Even then, broadcasts showed only the last 3 or 4 holes, not like today's complete 18-hole coverage. Without constant television cameras and smartphones, players were far more relaxed. Modern players face careers on the line both on and off the course. They must maintain pristine public images for sponsors and endorsements. This intense scrutiny compels players to hold themselves back, suppressing their natural personalities to avoid controversy. Hayes shares an anecdote about interviewing Tommy Bolt, renowned for his fiery temper. Bolt famously said, "Son, if you ain't thrown or broken a few clubs, you quite simply don't love the game enough." The PGA Tour even introduced a Bolt rule to curb disruptive behavior. Bolt became the first player fined under his own rule, yet in that era, such displays were viewed as part of a player's unique persona rather than career-threatening offenses. The transition from limited coverage to constant surveillance fundamentally altered the player experience. Golf evolved from a niche sport to a global spectacle with omnipresent public scrutiny. Players transform from simply golfers into public figures whose every action is recorded, analyzed, and potentially monetized. Hayes directly links the loss of fun and characters to the lack of cameras, both television and smartphones. Increased media scrutiny compels athletes to adopt calculated public personas. They're no longer just athletes but brands that must maintain polished, risk-averse images. This commercial pressure sacrifices the human elements that historically captivated fans. The definition of professionalism expanded dramatically. In Hayes' time, professionalism meant playing ability, dedication, and competitive integrity. Today, it encompasses strict conduct codes, meticulous public image management, and corporate ambassadorship. The fun and carefree approach of the past became incompatible with high-stakes, high-scrutiny modern golf. This evolution represents a trade-off between raw character and marketable product. While creating a more orderly and commercially viable sport, it stifles the individuality and entertainment value that Hayes found so appealing. Despite these challenges cutting short his playing career, Hayes didn't abandon golf. He strategically transitioned into diverse roles that allowed him to remain deeply involved in the sport. Hayes qualified as a PGA professional and became a popular commentator with his distinctive, recognizable voice. He served as a magazine editor and established a successful internet golf shopping service. Hayes also entered golf course design through his partnership in Matkovich and Hayes, handling marketing and public relations. He engages in public speaking and conducts golf clinics, sharing his vast knowledge and passion for the game. These varied contributions demonstrate proactive adaptation to changing circumstances. His rapid transition into broadcasting, media, and golf management suggests a deliberate effort to circumvent competitive limitations while channeling his passion into impactful avenues within South Africa. During periods of international isolation, local infrastructure and media became crucial for maintaining vibrant golf identity. Hayes' post-playing career shows how the transition from player to administrator or media personality can powerfully shape sport narrative and development from within, especially when external factors constrain playing opportunities. Hayes finally confirms that his problems were real. Global politics and changing professional norms made it impossible for him to continue his international playing career as planned. But his story isn't about bitterness, it's about clarity and adaptation. Hayes embodies the complex relationship between individual athletic talent, evolving professional sport, and historical political movements. His legacy extends beyond his impressive competitive record to include insightful commentary on golf's changing soul and his navigation of a deeply divided world. He may not have won a green jacket, but in South Africa, Dale Hayes wears the badge of a true golfing pioneer. His honesty about these challenges helps us understand how external forces can reshape even the most promising athletic careers. If you enjoyed learning about Dale Hayes' remarkable journey, please like this video, leave a comment sharing your thoughts, and subscribe for more golf history content.